The biggest challenge would be
while taking a test.
I'd say my biggest challenge is I tend to zoom through tests too quickly.
probably like questions I don't understand or I don't remember like from class, like not trying to get stuck on those and like moving past them and then coming back to them later.
A lot of my tests are essay based, so it definitely is retaining a lot of information from primary sources, since that's mostly what history majors are looking at. So when I'm studying for a test, it's basically like I'm reading over all these documents and I'm selecting like pieces that I feel like would best fit, you know, in an essay question that I'm given beforehand. So that, you know, remembering all those little fine details is definitely like the hardest piece. But, you know, to get over it, I take a couple of deep breaths. I meditate before the night before, so, you know, I'll take 15 minutes just to like do a couple breathing exercises and, you know, think about what's going on in my life, and then I'll try to just, you know, eliminate that. And then when I go into the test, it should be good.
So I don't get like, I'll think a question, and if I don't know it, then I'll either just pick one and I'll move past it instead of going back to look at it later. My big problem is I don't look back, or I don't put enough time into some questions.
Not letting other people influence me to take the test faster, because I know a lot of people, while they're taking the test, like look around at others. Some people might hand it in before or after, and I feel like sometimes that like kind of puts a timer over my head, like you need to finish at a certain time, but I could really take my own pace.
I think my biggest challenge when it comes to tests is I do this thing where like if I don't know the answer right away, I kind of shut down, like, or like I'll just like pick something instead of being like, all right, let's just try to think through this like in a logical way. If you don't know the answer immediately, that doesn't mean you don't know it. You can think through it. Sometimes I struggle to like think through things.
Honestly, just doing one question at a time instead of trying to read through the whole test, do it little by little and just kind of hope for the best. I think like everyone else in the room has to do it, so if they could do it, I can do it.
Sometimes when taking a test, I'll have answers memorized and prepared for, but then when I'm taking it, they'll just blank out of my head. And throughout the test, I gotta be a little nervous going into it, just to get rid of that anxiety. Just going throughout the test and really just reading all the questions and processing everything, try to dissipate that anxiety and do well on the test.